Hi friends, and welcome to Center with me, Miss Kaylin. So I remember that this week we were reading Chameleon's Colors. And I remember a chameleon is a type of reptile with bumpy scales. The chameleon changes colors to match where it lives in nature. So I remember that the chameleon is living in the jungle. So I remember we saw this, and we saw the big jungle with all these trees and all these bushes. And so today we are going to be making our own chameleon. So I'm going to show you a couple that I made, and then I'll let you know what materials we're going to need, and then we're going to make our chameleons together. So I made this brown chameleon. I made this green chameleon, and I made this pink chameleon. So what we are going to need is we are going to need a pencil. We are going to need a plastic straw. We are going to need a pen. We are going to need a pair of scissors, a glue stick, and then I have two pieces of paper. So I have a piece of paper that is yellow, and then I have a piece of paper that is white. So it's important that we have one piece of paper that is white, and then the other piece of paper can be any color you want, because remember, a chameleon changes colors depending on its environment. So you can make your chameleon any color, because as we can see on the front cover, a chameleon can be so many different colors. So I am going to make a yellow chameleon, and we're going to do a step-by-step of how I made my chameleons. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use my water bottle just to create a circle. So my chameleon, as you can see here, it's a half circle. So what I'm going to do is trace my water bottle. If you could create a perfect circle, create a perfect circle. Or if you have maybe a water bottle around you or something that resembles the shape of a circle, you can use that to trace it. Okay, so then I'm also going to draw a smaller circle. Now this, I'm just gonna freehand and try and do it on my own. And this is going to be just a smaller circle. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out both of my circles using my scissors. There's my smaller circle. And then there's my larger circle. And friends, remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Do the best that you can. So the last thing that I'm also going to cut out is a little strip of paper from my yellow. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut right along here a little bit of a thin strip of paper. It doesn't have to be that long, and it doesn't have to be perfect again. And then I'm just going to snip it right there, and there's my strip of paper as well. I'm going to move this yellow paper out of the way so that you can see that I have my big yellow circle, my little strip of paper, and then my small yellow circle. So what we are going to do next is we are going to use our straw this time. So we're going to take our straw, and I'm going to cut my straw a little bit because your straw, as you can see, it doesn't have to be that long. So I'm going to cut mine a little bit. Just about right there seems to be okay. So then I have that. Now I'm going to take my bigger circle and I'm going to fold it in half. Just like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue stick and I am going to glue my half circle together. But before I push it together, I'm going to take my straw and my little piece of paper and I'm going to put it inside of it. So I'm going to show you, friends, just watch along with me. So I'm putting the glue all over my circle. Then I am going to take my straw and I'm going to put my straw on one side of the circle. And on the other side of the circle, I'm going to take my piece of paper and put that on the other side. I'm going to fold my piece of paper just a little bit on the end so you can see right here, and I'll show you right here too. So I'm going to just fold it just a little bit, and then I'm going to stick it in here, and then I'm going to shut my circle. And I'm going to just press down on it just to make sure the glue really sticks inside of there. Okay, so yours should look about like this. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the smaller circle we used and I am going to cut it just a little bit. So this can be a little bit tricky, friends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circle and I'm going to first use my pencil and I'm going to sketch out what I want to cut because that makes it a little bit easier for me. So I'm just going to do a little smaller circle, but I'm not going to close the circle. I'm just going to draw it like that. So let me see if I can hold it a little bit closer to the camera so you can see I just drew a little squiggly line inside the circle. Then what I'm going to do is cut along that line. So like I said, friends, this can be a little bit tricky. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just do your best. Okay, there we go. So then I'm going to take that little thing that I just cut out and I'm going to glue it on the chameleon. So I'm going to glue it on the side with the straw, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna glue on this part with the straw. So you can see that the little blue thing is what I'm doing right now and it's on the side with the straw. And it's okay if it hangs off a little bit. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. So there we go. I just glued that right on the end. So then next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making her eyeballs. So as we saw on this part, I have little eyeballs for my chameleon. So I have one on this side and then one on the other side. So what we are going to do is, again, doesn't have to be perfect. I am going to try my best and draw a little bit of a small circle, 2 small circles, one for each side of the chameleon. And then I'm going to cut those out. Okay, so now I have my 2 small circles and these are going to be my eyes. So I'm going to take my glue stick again and I am going to glue these 2 small circles right where the eyes would be for the chameleon. I'm just going to stick them on there just to make sure they stay. And then I'm going to take my black pen. So if you have a black marker, even a pencil will work. Any writing pencil you have that is black or gray or just a darker color. And I'm going to take it and draw a little bit of an eyeball, just like I did on this one. So it should just look like that. Just drew a little bit of an eyeball for him. And then last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take either a pen or a pencil, it doesn't matter, and I am going to kind of curl up this long piece of paper we have on this end. So I did it with this one. As you can kind of see, I used a pen or a pencil just to curl up the little chameleon's tongue. And then I show you I did it with this one too. So I'm just going to take my pencil, or my pen, I'm sorry, and then I'm going to take the paper and I'm going to curl it around my pen. I'm going to leave it there for a minute just so it can crease and so it'll stay. Then I'm going to take it off and it should be looking something like this. So the last thing that we're going to do is, I just did this for fun. You don't have to, you can design your chameleon, remember, any color, any way you want. So I have drew these little lines on the chameleon side. So I'm just going to do that. So there we have it, friends. We are all done with our chameleon. So let's take a look at our chameleon. So friends, I hope you enjoyed making your chameleons for me. Let me show you my final product of a chameleon. See, you have the straw here and we bent the tongue right there. And then I see his eyes and the little swirly thing we did on the back. So I hope you had so much fun with me making our chameleons, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, friends.
Friends, today we're going to take a tour of the Atlanta Zoo and look at all the animals it has to offer. Let's take a quick look at the map to see what animal is first. It appears that the panda is first since the gold star is on it. The panda has two colors on it, black and white. The panda's surroundings include bamboo and trees for sleeping, and bamboo for eating. You see him? If you notice, pandas have a thick coat of fur. Let's take a look at what animal is next. It appears to be the red panda. At first, I didn't notice the red panda because it was high up in the tree that my eyes didn't go to it. It was almost like it was hidden. Also notice that the red panda is colored a red-orange color. Let's take a look at the next animal. It appears to be an orangutan. Orangutans have the similar red color found in the red panda. Orangutans are found in the jungle, which is land covered with dense forest, so a lot of trees and a lot of vegetation, so different plants and food can be found there. And they're typically in tropical climates, so near the center of the earth. The next animal we're going to look at is the gorilla. Gorillas, just like orangutans, are also found in jungles. Take a look at the two gorillas, friends. Notice how one is walking further down and it looks like the other one might chase him down to the bottom as well. Let's take a look at what animal we will see next. It looks like it will be the lion. The lion has a pretty short coat considering their normal habitat is in Africa, which is pretty hot. Lions' coloring also has to do with their environment. Lions have that tan color, so they're able to blend in with the tall grass of the savanna. This blending of color is also considered camouflage. The next animal we're going to look at is the elephant. Elephants are big animals and they tend to have gray or maybe even a red tint skin, and the red tint is from the clay of their habitat. Elephants do have fur. It doesn't look like it in the video, but it's very thin, but it covers their whole body. I'm getting some really good footage of him eating. Hey. The next animals we're going to look at are the giraffe and the zebra, and we're looking at them together since they're in the same habitat at the zoo. Giraffes and zebra both have patterns on them. Giraffes have almost like a puzzle piece pattern where they have spots all over their body, with brown being the main color. Zebras have black and white stripes covering their whole body.
He's running. Look at him run.
Oh, look. Look at him run.
Look how close he
Oh my goodness. The next and last animal we're going to look at today is the tiger. Tigers also have a pattern just like the giraffe and the zebra. Tigers have black stripes along their body. They also have the red-orange fur that is seen in the orangutan and in the red panda. They also have pretty thick fur. Friends, see you next time when we take a look at the other animals. Friends, I hope you had a fun time looking at the zoo with me, and I'll see you next time with the ending of the zoo video, and now you'll be going to sharing goodbye with Miss Cleese. Bye!
Hey friends, and welcome to Sharing and Goodbye. So today we started a brand new book of Chameleon's Colors, and I really hope you enjoyed this book. Personally, this is one of my favorite Jumpstart books, so I hope this session was super fun for you all today. You started by reading the book for the first time with Miss Ari, and you learned all about the chameleon who got sick of changing his colors. But at the end, we saw that he was really appreciative that he had that unique skill, and everyone was happy that they had the patterns and the different colorings that they did have. After that, you were able to come to group meeting with me where we talked about camouflage for the first time. You all were able to learn about what camouflage is, and you saw some examples of some camouflage animals. You even played a little game with Miss Hannah, and I saw you all were very good at that game. After that, we went to Centers, where you were able to create a chameleon with Miss Kaylin, and you took a zoo trip with Miss Hannah. I hope you all saved that chameleon and hold on to that chameleon because you'll need it for our next session, and we will continue our zoo trip for our next session as well. So I know those were both super fun activities, and I'm interested in seeing what you all do with them next time. So we're at the end of session, and you all already know that we always share what our favorite part was. So I'm going to pull out the thinking cap for you all. I have the thinking cap for myself. And let's just take a second to think about what our favorite part of session was today. After we take some time to think, then you'll end the video and you'll have time to share with your partner what your favorite part of the Jumpstart session was. So let's think. Okay, I know my favorite part. I'll share what my favorite part was today. I told you all that I really loved the book Chameleon's Colors, so my favorite part was being able to read that again. I haven't read it in a very long time, but it was such a fun reading with Miss Ari, so I enjoyed that part. Now it's time for you to end this video, share with a partner what your favorite part was, and we'll see you again to read Chameleon's Color next time. Bye, friends.